Stench soup.
When he's done offing his victims and hiding the bodies in dumpsters at night, he returns to a pawnshop that has been robbed of a rare metal lightsaber by a woman named May. He kills her and steals it as well. In retaliation, the cops hire ex-pro wrestler turned bounty hunter Boba Foot on the case. But this one is more than just another run-of-the-mill serial killer. There's something different about him. Bounty hunter Boba Foot doesn't have much time for this kind of crap, but when he gets paid enough cash to retire on, maybe he'll take on some random killer who uses a lightsaber to beat people to death. Bounty hunters, I muttered to myself. What a load of horseshit. My apartment was cramped, not bad-sized or anything. It fit my needs perfectly, but not large either. This isn't going to work out. My voice echoed through the small space, bouncing off walls covered in posters of movies like Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark. The bathroom door swung open before me. A middle-aged man I forgot to kill had stumbled into the hallway. He wasn't dead yet, because he still stood upright. Maybe his name was Albert? Or Abraham? Something biblical anyway. I raised my lightsaber to defend against any possible attack. Instead of swinging the weapon down to meet him head-on, I hit his body once at an angle, then proceeded to repeatedly strike his arms and legs with increasing speed. The blades were made from hardened steel that sliced easily through flesh. Bone and tendon alike, he fell face forward onto the floor. I kicked his body several times for good measure. I gathered the remains of his body into a garbage bag and went down to my car. As I drove away from my place, I listened to talk radio. That's right, this is Jim Fairley saying the bounty hunters are back on the case. There hasn't been any word on where they'll be hunting today. We've received hundreds of calls asking what our plan of action is. They're wasting their time. They can't catch a guy like me. I laughed to myself. Police sirens appeared in my rearview mirror. We know you listening, killer, the announcer said as the police car zoomed up behind me and put lights on. So we have some questions for you. How many bounty hunters do you think it will take to stop you? None. I turned off the music and pulled over to the side of the road. A police officer exited his patrol vehicle, drew his gun, and walked to my car. I could tell he was nervous. Most people wouldn't realize how much I looked like an average citizen. He opened my driver door and got close enough so he could smell me. His eyes widened when he saw the bags piled on top of my back seats. Bounty hunter, he asked as if trying out a new phrase. Yeah, you guys need to find another hobby, like watching porn. I grinned at him. The cop kept his hand on his gun, but he wasn't quite ready to shoot yet. He examined the gas tank to make sure it wasn't rigged with explosives or anything, then stepped back to talk into his radio. After that, I jumped out of the car and beat him to a pulp. When he didn't move again, I used my lightsaber to chop off both of his arms, just above the elbow joints. Then I set fire to his legs until he died. I knew the burning would cause even more damage than what the blades did, so I made extra sure not to miss any major arteries by striking at them several times. I wiped the blade on the corpse's shirt and stuck it in the waistband of my pants before walking toward the nearest house. The first thing I noticed was the way everyone's head snapped around and stared in fear and surprise as they recognized me as Boba Foot. It always felt good to be feared, to be revered for my work as an assassin.